and welcome to This is Metal with Joe Lawson. The very first guest we have on our show ever is the legendary Sean Peck from the band Cage. He's also in Death Dealer, but three Tremors. And you've got your own record label, Sean, Steel Cartel. We're going to talk all about that. How are you doing tonight, my friend?
Good, man. I'm a couple beers in. We were watching the game, so I'm nice and loose, ready to humiliate myself and probably some other people that I'll be talking about.
Yeah, real quick, Sean. I seen on your Facebook page you recorded the longest metal scream. Let's talk a little bit about why you did that. Is it part of a new song or what?
Yeah, I mean, during COVID, me and Stu Marshall, the guitar player of Death Dealer, we wrote and recorded so much stuff. I mean, like, I think I did over 80 songs during COVID between all the bands.
I remember interviewing you and you telling me, hey, I got my next 5 albums in the bag.
There's so much shit. Let me just put this in a holder. And let's see, here we go. So I don't have to hold this. So that was one of the songs called Dragon of Algarath, I believe. And
I love the title. Wow.
Yeah. I've never done a song where I've said the word dragon ever in all my albums. I've never sang or spoken the word dragon. That's in the title. And so, yeah, that was just kind of cool. You know, it's the song kind of stops and it's got a big build up. And that was a one take job right there too. I know everyone's going to say it's not believe me, but it was one take. And I just kept holding it. And it worked out perfect going, full 8 measures of the song. And so I go, let's just do a little teaser video of this. And I think I was on Todd LaTorre's Facebook page and I sent him a hey, try this one on for size. And we went back and forth commenting about it. He loved it. So it was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Anything you want to ask Sean, Joe?
Yeah, actually, a few things. I wanted to ask Sean, is there a possibility of anything in the future with Denner Sherman?
Well, you want to talk about a disappointment. So that when Hank announced, that he was doing, it's a long story, but basically Hank told us that he was going to be doing a Merciful Fate thing without Denner, and those guys are like, fuck you. They had a blood oath, promised Denner they would never do a Merciful Fate reunion without each other, and Hank, betrayed him basically. So it was we had a band that we immediately put together with me, Pete Black, and Michael Denner, and some other really, I won't reveal it, but really well-known Merciful Fate related players. And we actually have 4 songs that we recorded. And me and Pete Black were writing and recording most of it. And then Pete just, I don't know what his deal is, man. He just disappeared. He won't fucking answer emails. He's weird. Pete Black, if you're listening to this, you're a fucking weirdo, and we had a good thing going. And he talks about other people being weird. I'm like, no, you're the fucking weird one. It's a shame because we hit it up, and me and Pete were having a good time. We have 3 full songs that I sang that are killer. I think I'm going to just put them out on my own and just say fuck him and put them out to the world. And I don't know what I'm
put
just
them out on your label, Sean.
I'm
going to put them out.
Make it a self-release.
I'm going to just put them out for free, like everything else on Spotify.
There you go.
Right
on my YouTube channel, there's a 1.5 minute clip of one of the songs. It's fucking killer. It sounds like old King Diamond shit. And Denner's ready to go, and Pete just, I don't know what his deal is. He has dreams of reuniting with King Diamond in the classic lineup, and I think he's afraid that King will get pissed at him. I'm like, well, you can fucking wait till you're fucking 82 to do that one.
Right.
And Pete hasn't written any songs that anyone gives a shit about ever. He didn't write any of the King Diamond shit. He wrote just a few riffs and a few songs. So I was I go, dude, I'm going to put you on the map as a songwriter. It's like, I'm already on the map. I go, no, you're not, dude.
Yeah,
You have not made a song that anyone gives a fuck about. So, Pete, if you're listening to this, pull your head out of your ass. Anyways, there you
Yes,
go.
please do.
yeah.
What?
That would be a great album to hear. I would love to hear that.
Yeah.
I hope he does.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. We were like best buddies, like texting each other every day. And then he's like, oh, no, now I'm just, I'm too busy. I'm like, whatever, dude. Anyways,
wow.
so yeah. It's a shame. He wants to write some album by himself. I'm like, no, dude, you need me to help you write the album. Just like, me and Hank really hit it off as a writing team. We wrote some incredible, just for out of the gate, man, we wrote, 12 killer songs together. And I don't know. Pete needs somebody like me to put together some good songs. He's got some good riffs, but I mean, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I know how to write good heavy metal songs.
I mean, right off the bat, I'll say Sean Peck, you're one of the most busiest men in metal. I mean, you got 3 bands, you got a record label and everything in between. I was just thinking about recording the loudest scream ever would be really cool to hold in future concert. Would be like maybe like you with your audience, like screaming, and see how loud you guys could hold the scream. Like there's a world record or something. That would be so cool.
I don't know that that's the world record, but there's, we have a song called War of the Undead from Cage, where there's another scream very, very similar to that. It's one of my superpowers. So, you got to display it every so often.
Yeah. And I was reading on your Facebook page, I guess the new Death Dealer album is pretty much done, but you're shopping it for labels. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we have some incredible offers there's like a bidding war on the new Death Dealer album, which is, I don't know if it's because the album probably is our best one we've ever done. Everyone always says that. I never say that. I'm never confident that the new album is as good as the old shit. And this one, the songs are really good. So this could be, I didn't think the last Death Dealer album, it's probably my least favorite, but the reviews and the fans loved it. So I misgauged that one, but this one I think it must be good because we're getting offers on this one with more money than I've ever been offered on any album before. So
Nice.
I'm at a point right now where I'm really like down on the metal. Like as you can see behind me, I'm into this whole comic book game now.
Yeah.
And like I've been grinding on the heavy metal thing for like 30 years. And we took a little break because everybody was doing their own thing. And now, I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm who knows when I will be back in the scene, but my passion has gone in another direction lately.
Well, other people have interest. I mean, you even look at somebody like Ace Frehley. I mean, he's always been known to draw comics and logos and stuff. And so people are into art and stuff, and that's cool. I don't know if you know this, Joe, but Sean pretty much is also known for designing a lot of his album covers.
Yeah. He's a super creative being. Absolutely.
And in regards to that, Sean, have you ever been asked by other bands to design their album covers?
I remember talking to Agent Steel, and I told them they should call their album Planet Crusher.
Yeah.
And which we named our one of our songs. And then I remember getting an argument with Bruce Hall. He's like, dude, you call your album Planet Crusher. And I sent him a design. It was like the band was in the bridge of a spaceship, and they were all playing, and all their instruments were tied to a machine, and it was shooting a beam down to the earth, and it was just like blowing up from like the power of the band playing. And I sent it to Juan Garcia. He's like, this is fucking sick. We need to do this. And I think he got outvoted by the old singer Agent Steel. So yeah, there was that.
Yeah, and
Nice.
I mean, I could see you getting kind of tired. I mean, you've been doing it how many years? I mean, you started off with Cage, and now you got 3 bands. I mean, wow. I mean, when do you take a break?
I'm taking a break now. Cage has been going since 1992. We have like 15 recorded, finished songs for the new Cage record, but I think we're going to write another 3 or 4. I'm not happy with this. I think any other band would go like, this album's amazing and put it out, but the Cage bar has been set so high. Who knows that this could be our last record. So I want to write 2 or 3 more, probably faster ones, just to make sure that it's like super good. So yeah, the Cage record is 90% finished.
Wow.
We have 2 Death Dealer records already done. The 3 Tremors, we're gonna let the KK's Priest thing cycle. Sean,
Sure.
our drummer from Cage, is in KK's Priest, and so they're about to ramp up and about to plan a tour and a bunch of festivals. So we're gonna like pull that back and let that cycle a little bit. We finally got the vinyls for that. People that are listening to this, the3tremors.com, the vinyl came out killer. It only took like 2 years to get it made, but it is out. And so we'll see what happens with that, because the 3 Tremors is really fun. That was the last tour we did. In November, we went to Anchorage, Alaska, Seattle. We did Mexico and San Diego and LA. So that was a lot. And then since then, man, we haven't had band practice. We haven't done shit. Dave Garcia, my partner in crime for Cage, he's moving from San Diego to Florida. I mean, that's who recorded our records. That's whose house we rehearsed at.
Yeah.
And so, I've been with him for 30 years, and now he's moving away. So there's a big paradigm shift happening.
I know your other guitar player, Casey, he has been touring with Trauma lately.
He did the Trauma tour with Queensryche. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of in the band now, but I don't think that's going to be.
Yeah.
That's not going to be anything gnarly that interferes. Casey will end up. I think Casey should join JROCK because he looks just like Warren DeMartini. I think we should get him.
He does look a lot like him.
Yeah, maybe get him to play guitar for him. Yeah. But everyone always steals my band members. I mean, Ross the Boss first stole the Death Dealer drummer Steve Bolognese, and then they stole my other drummer Sean Elge, who just played a big festival with him.
Yeah.
So everyone's stealing the Cage members.
You know what? They stole Metal Church stole Ross's singer.
No comment.
Okay.
Hey, Sean, in terms of Death Dealer, who does most of the songwriting music-wise? Does Ross, or who does the majority of the songwriting?
Ross was writing like 1 or 2 songs up until this last new record that we had to put out. Me and Stu wrote the whole album. Dude, we did the whole written and recorded this album in like 3 weeks during COVID. It was just like every day I was recording, man, and it was insane. Plus, we just kept going, dude. That's how we had another album. I went over to my mom's house for I stayed over there for like 2 weeks, just as like summer camp at my mom's pad.
Yeah.
I hung out with her, and she would be like sleeping in the other room, and I set up my recording shit right in the living room, and she's just in the other door, and I'm just there screaming my fucking face off till 2 a.m. She's like, "It's fine."
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm just there fucking screaming my face off for like 2 weeks. But we got so much shit recorded, it's unbelievable. So very, very productive, downtime during COVID.
And, Sean,
yeah, so that must be a really good songwriting chemistry you have with him then.
Yeah, Stu and I did a lot of, he's so easy to work with because he'll have a piece and then he'll go sing some melody. I go, I don't have any lyrics. They're like, just sing some. Like, fuck this. I got to sing some gibberish shit, even though I had the melody. I hadn't written the lyrics for the melody. And then we'll jam together on like Skype and shit. And I'll go, what about, we'll collaborate on the riffs and the arrangements, and then he'll lay it down in like a minute, dude.
Wow.
And then he'll email me over like a really good rough track in just minutes. So working with him is super fast. I'll have a lot of tons of vocal ideas and tons of rip ideas that I hum that he puts together. So he's really easy to work with, and he calls us the Lennon and McCartney of heavy metal, is what he says.
Wow. Yeah. And so let me ask you, Sean. I know at one point, like I think it was during the COVID and everything, but you were doing these like daily news filming.
The Metal Daily
That's
News.
it. That's it. Yeah, just got too busy, huh?
I was actually thinking about doing one today just to fuck people up and put another one out.
I love that.
Now I've been just doing funny comic book fucking videos. So I know all the people that subscribe to my YouTube channel are like, what's all this fucking comic book bullshit on here?
It's nothing new. You know, I was even telling Joe here before you came online, said you might want to ask him. I know he's a huge comic book fan, and yeah, you have proof right there.
Man, I'm having so much fun. I'm like, so basically, I collected comic books from like 1975 to 1995. And then I just totally got out of it when the whole thing crashed. And then I didn't even look at, I just bought, I had a really nice, gnarly collection, but it was just sitting there. I never even looked at it for 25 years. And then during COVID, I go, am I going to take these fuckers to my grave? What am I doing with all this shit? And I pulled the boxes out and I started looking at like, what does it take to sell these things? And as I started investigating what the whole comic book world was in 2021, I just got sucked so fucking deep into the thing. Again, it's insane. I mean, I'm flying Wednesday, Thursday, I'm flying out to North Carolina to a big convention. Now, instead of touring with the band, I fly all over and go to these Comic Cons where I meet with I meet with like the top artists that there are. And I have them like do custom shit for me. And now we have a product coming out. We also, I can announce here, I am doing the Hell Destroyer comic book through a major comic publisher. It's going to be in every fucking comic shop in the country, basically telling the story that the album told. And the publisher I got is called Opus. They do the Death Dealer comic from the Frank Frazetta. They've done all the metal band comics, Disturbed, Cradle of Filth.
That's badass.
Yeah, they do all the Hammerfall, Exodus. They do all the metal. And I think the owner used to run merchandise for Iron Maiden. Wow. And so we kind of hit it off, and now, he loves these, this and maybe another one I might do. He loves the story, and it's cool. It's, when the Hell Destroyer album came out, there was supposed to be a comic with it. And that was the whole idea. And I had, a lot of art drawn for it, but the artist was just too fucking slow. And we just said, fuck it, we got to just put it out without the comic book. And now there's going to be a comic book that'll lead into the people can rediscover the album. And so that's kind of exciting. That'll be a 2024 thing. And the other thing we're going to do is we're about to remix and not just remaster, but remix the whole astrology album that's been out of print for like 15 years. And we're going to cool with a really good mix, which is exciting.
Let me ask you, Sean, when you come back in 2024 with the comic book thing, I'd love to have you back. But I know Cage too, before you were creating like some books and some stories and comics. Did you ever do any of that for Cage?
Well, I mean, dude, we have the Ancient Evil.
That's it. Yeah.
I mean, come on, dude. If King Diamond did something like this thing would sell so much. But King Diamond is so fucking lame. He can't even write lyrics to a song, let alone a book. Now this is the book. King Diamond. Yes, I'm calling you out. You cannot write fucking lyrics to a song.
And I'm sure you're 10 steps ahead of me, but I think it'd be cool for you to start selling some of his stuff at these comic conventions. And it's a great tie-in. You could also, a lot of metal fans are comic fans too, as you know.
I'm like more famous in the comic book world than I was in the damn metal world. I mean, Judas Priest was just out here, several months ago, and I'm in the lobby, and this dude comes up to me, goes, "Dude, Hell Destroyer," and I'm thinking it's some Cage thing. It was for the comic books. He's like, "Dude, I see you on Instagram and on there's an app called Whatnot. It's like a live streaming app that you sell comic books and cards and all kinds of shit. And so I do live auctions of comic books on that, where I'm just making jokes and talking shit like this for. I did 7 hours straight, and it's basically me doing stand-up comedy for 7 hours, holding up comic books and selling them. And so, yeah, I got a really cool following doing that shit, and it's fun as shit. It's kind of like being in a band, and then you go to these different cities where these conventions are. Now it's like a metal band thing. There's like a whole crew of people. There's a community. There's people want to take pictures with you, and then they discover that I'm a heavy metal singer, and they're like, holy fuck, like there's no one in the comic book community that's like a gnarly metal singer like what I do, except for the drummer of System of a Down. He owns 3 major comic shops in Southern California and Nevada. They have their own comic convention. He's a major player in it. The drummer for System of a Down. Yeah.
Wow. I'd love to see you have success with that, because that's a cool thing. All these comics. I got to ask, are you a fan of Marvel, DC, both?
Marvel. I've been heavy on the DC lately, but yeah, I mean, I already kind of have all the Marvel shit. Yeah. So now I'm on all the DC keys, and DC's really heating up. I've already seen the Flash movie. It's fucking badass. Yeah, Supergirl fucks shit up. Supergirl is so pissed off in it, just like, I'll fucking murder you. Like, she never cracks a smile the whole thing. So
yeah, I just wish they could get Superman right.
Well, James Gunn's handling Superman, so I'm sure he's not going to fail, man. Everything he does turns to gold. So billions of dollars going into DC movies. So I've been on. If you look behind me, there's just like every gnarly DC key you could imagine on the wall there. So we can just keep going.
Yeah. And Joe Lawson, as you know, Sean's a pretty funny guy. He's got a great sense of humor. I mean, I remember.
Joe knows.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
Joe, did you know that if you go on YouTube, he had a video posted of him covering Eddie Murphy's song "Party All the Time"? I tell you, it was just the most hysterical thing. But he really did a great job of it.
Yeah, he did. That was awesome.
I'm fucking proud of that, man. I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. That was another COVID thing. I'm like, fuck it, dude. I'm like sometimes you're just into a song. And I did the what the fuck's his name? She's a very freaky girl. What the fuck's his name?
Oh, yeah. See, I don't know.
The guy that sang that was in the studio with him. Rick James. Rick James.
Yeah. Super Freak.
Oh yeah, Rick James.
So I did the Rick James voices. I did all that shit. So that was super fun. Yeah. And I did, there's some covers that we did too that we haven't put out in public that were for pre-orders of the Death Dealer. We did Rainbow in the Dark. Oh, I did a really killer Dawkins song, Unchain the Night, I think.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I did the cover of Unchained. We need to put that out in the public, because that was only we did 3 bonus tracks for people that pre-ordered the last Death Dealer. And then I also recorded 2 Minutes to Midnight, and the band that I recorded it for hasn't even put it together yet, but that's a fucking another killer one. Like, so we did some covers, lots of originals, but we're really excited about the new Death Dealer. We have 2 videos that are already been done.
Are you going to tour with Death Dealer?
I think so. I mean, that's kind of the plan. We haven't played with Death Dealer for God knows how long. And we have, we barely played any songs of the second album on the last tour we did.
Yeah.
And then now we have the whole 3rd album, Conquered Lands. Haven't done any of those live. And then the 4th album, we have so much. I mean, picking a set is going to be like impossible, because now we got 4 albums to pick from. But man, I gotta send you some of the tracks on the new one. They're fucking. We got one of the videos we did is called Bloodbath. I think it's full on like an Anthrax, like super thrashy.
I gotta hear that. Yeah,
it's cool. It's like 2.5 minutes long. It's about the sinking of the USS Indianapolis, which is the story that the guy that Flint told in Jaws, where they were on a secret mission to deliver parts for the Hiroshima bomb, and on the way back USS Indianapolis got sunk by a Japanese submarine, and 900 men were eaten by sharks and shit while they were waiting. It was such a secret mission that no one knew where they were. It took them like 3 days to get there. And so, yeah, so we wrote a song about it. That's a very good metal topic. You guys are motivating me to do a metal daily news, though. I think I should just like come out of the fucking woodwork, come out of retirement.
Yeah, I think we
should.
need.
Please
we
do.
need that. Yeah, and let me ask you, Sean, with everything you're talking about, doing the comic book stuff, you think Sean Peck's farewell tour is in the near future? Maybe with this Death Dealer?
Man, you know what? Like, I've lost the fucking fire for it, man. I don't know. Maybe after I sit for a while. But the passion is fucking gone. I'm really bummed out. This whole Spotify thing. Yeah. Snoop Dogg, I just shared his article. Like, Spotify fucking killed the music business. That and I'm just watching. You see all these articles. I always share them of like Anthrax cancels their tour because they can't make any money. If Anthrax can't make money on tour, what the fuck hope does Cage have? And we were pretty lucky because of all the hard work. We were like, we're able to break even on a lot of the stuff we did, but we had to headline, every tour to break even, because if you're supporting somebody, you're not getting paid anything. So because of that, we're playing in clubs in Belgium in front of 50 people, and I'm like, I can play here in San Diego in front of 50 people. Like, why the fuck do I got to fly to Belgium to do that? That was a factor, and it just the whole Joe knows, like, the whole part of being in a band, you're chasing that feeling that you get from the live performance. The live performance. That's why these people will fucking do anything to experience a fulfilling live performance. They'll fucking pay anything. They'll spend their fucking give up their family. They'll do anything because it's such a drug. It's such a great feeling, especially when you're a singer, man. When it's coming out of your fucking body, But having it be viable, I mean, being able to, luckily, I was smart enough to have, Dave and I both were smart enough to sacrifice the success of the band for a private career. Because a lot of these musicians, they go for it, and then they're 39 years old and they got no money, they have no career, they have no job, they have no job skills, and like, fuck, I didn't make it in the band, and I'm fucking I'm a broke fucking bitch. So we kind of sacrificed the success of the band for, financial stability. Dave's retired. I could pretty much be retired.
I think you guys had a good run. And, just to kind of wrap it up for tonight, I seen an interview with Roger Daltrey from The Who saying that they pretty wrapped up their career pretty much, but he's like, whoever does any more concerts, we're just going to be playing England because even The Who's losing money.
If the fucking Who is losing money, Jesus,
then nobody's got both. Right.
So I did a podcast, where they talked about you can't even find a van to rent out there. So, we did a lot of Europe. I just got offered a South America tour. I turned it down. But let's just see what happens. Like I said, Death Dealer would probably be kind of fun. Warrior, obviously we did a reunion tour with Warrior. That was kind of fun. It's a real shame with this Pete Black Michael Benner shit, because that could have been really good. That would have been really successful. I think it would have been financially very viable, and Pete Black just can't get his fucking head out of his ass. They warned me about him, and I'm like, no, he's cool, and now he's a King Diamond shill apparently. I can only speculate because he won't say anything, so I can only guess what his motivations are. And
Sean, it was great talking to you.
More respect for you, Sean. You got the balls to say something.
Yeah. We're gonna have to get ready to wrap it up, guys. Otherwise, we're gonna get cut off here. But we're definitely gonna have you back, Sean. And the interview is gonna be going up next week. Thanks for doing this, my friend. It was great talking to you again.
All right, Joe, and thanks for having me. And maybe we'll do some Metal Daily News.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We'd love to talk to you about that. Take care, my friend. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Later.